Now these three pieces shown here represent the top plate of the armoire, and once they're all joined and connected, the entire thing will be ringed by a 3-inch wide mitered rail or rails. Now obviously the edges are important for the mating edges, and I do this on the table saw. I find it's quite reasonable to do that. But when you're doing it at a table saw, you need a good fence, and you have to do both edges, not just one. So what I do is I'll put this in the table saw, and I'll take a skim off here, maybe 15 thou, 30 thou, that's a 64th, and then I rotate it, and I'll do this edge, another 15 to 30 thou, and then I'll rotate it again, and then just keep repeating that, and eventually you'll get an absolutely true surface. I don't know if this will show in the video, but it's really, really accurate. So I'm going to show you the most efficient way to join top boards, whether it's for a table or a top plate, for anything. This is the most efficient and the strongest way you can do it. And we'll insert 10 dowels on this length. That's keep it away from the edge here, 2 here, 2 there, 2, 2 and 2. And to do that, we'll use this extended distance gauge, set it from the head here to the point at 7 3/4 inches. So let's get started. Now we begin by installing our reference marks. Now this is something I really advise you to do. Don't try and do it without these reference marks. And I use, instead of check marks now, I use numbers, number 1 and number 1 here. These are 2 reference faces. These are 2 reference ends, so we put 1 and 1 on there, 2 and 2 on these faces, and 2 and 2 on these ends. And then we put an X on the surfaces to be drilled. It's really wise to do that. Even though it sounds simple, you can make a lot of mistakes. Now the stock is 7/8 thick. So remember the formula, 7/8 halved is 7/16, less 3/8 is 1/16. So you put the 16th washers in between the reference bracket and the reference block, and that will center you right on the, if it's slightly off it doesn't matter, it's still very, very strong. Now the reference mark is here and here, so the corresponding reference marks are on here, so this has to go there, and then we align at the top here. That's good. Tighten these up evenly because it will tend to swing, so tighten up evenly. And we're keeping away from the edge. Sometimes you don't have to, but on other occasions you do, because we may be putting dowels in from another direction. So we're going to drill 3 and 4. Loosen that off. You'll see how quick and accurate this is. It's all, as I often say, it's always within thousandths of an inch. There's no other system as accurate as this. Now make sure you're parallel and you're centered up against the rod, then tighten them both equally. Now at this point in time we're going to drill 1 and 2. Get into a pattern, this is what I always do. Now the other good thing about this is, even if the board is slightly bowed or whatever, or warped, make sure it's these dowels, the holes are so accurate that they can actually bring the board into alignment. You could never do that with biscuits, that just wouldn't work. They're not accurate enough. 1 and 2 again. You could do this with I don't know how the alignment along here would be as good, but I don't think it would be with the domino. But we've proven without a doubt that the domino is weaker than this joint. That's a fact, we've tested it and we can prove this. So 1 and 2 again. I do 2 in each. I always do that because I think it just looks, not only looks better, but it's a much stronger joint and it will never fail. This is the last 2, so once again 1 and 2. And that's it finished. Just as I say, these are all within thousandths of an inch. It's very accurate. Okay, now we're ready to dry fit the assembly. Now you recall there's 20 dowels here, and normally I would advise you when you're dry fitting a system using our system, I would advise maybe 30 to 50% of the dowels, not the full complement, because you may have trouble getting that part, particularly something in this configuration. So about 50% is fine, and if the 50% goes together, the whole thing will go together. That's a guarantee. I'll say let's install these dowels. These are a good quality snug dowel, which I really like. And this, as I've said many times, this is the strongest joint you can get. There is nothing stronger, that's guaranteed. Okay, now we look for our numbers. 1 and 1, so I think I'm going to have trouble getting this thing apart, but however, I need to do this for demonstration purposes. Now 2 is here and 2 is there, so we go back to that. There's the finished article, and you can see you couldn't do that with biscuits, and probably not with the domino either. That's it finished, rather attractive grain and invisible joints.